Hello, welcome to this video. Today we're going to talk about factoring when a is greater than 1. Remember, we're still factoring quadratic equations. Remember, they're of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. In the past, we've done problems where this value always was 1. Today, it will be a number that's not 1. So it'll be a positive number bigger than 1. All that to say, we're going to go ahead and all right, for our first problem, we're going to factor 7x squared plus 3x minus 4. Remember, we're doing ax squared plus bx plus c to help us figure out what our a, b, and c values are. The first thing we're going to do today that's different from what we did in the past is we're going to slide and divide. We are going to slide and divide by the number out front, the number in front of your x squared, whatever your a is. That is the number that you're going to go ahead and slide to the negative 4. You can go ahead and type 7 here because that's what we're sliding and dividing. When I slide it, I'm going to multiply. So I'm going to do x squared plus 3x, and then we're going to do negative 4 times 7, which gives me a negative 28. Now this sets me up so I can use my x method just like we did before. Remember, this is my b value, this is my c. B goes on the bottom, we want to add to it, so we want something that adds to 3. C goes on the top, and we want to multiply it, and it's negative 28. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to 28. I know I have 1 and 28. I have 2 and 14. 3 doesn't work. I have 4 and 7, and I think that is it. So I need two of those that are 3 apart. I notice 1 and 28 are far away from each other, so that one's out. 2 and 14 are far away. But 4 and 7 are 3 apart. So those are going to be my numbers, but I need to figure out which one needs to be positive and which needs to be negative. So because I have a positive 3, I know if I do 4 minus 7, I would get a negative 3. But if I do negative 4 plus 7, I get a positive 3. So that tells me negative 4 is my negative 1. So we're going to have negative 4 here and a positive 7. Again, if you can do all of that without doing this part, go for it. You don't necessarily have to write that down every time. Now, before I put my numbers back, I need to divide by whatever I slid. So I'm going to divide this by 7. I'm going to divide this by 7. And I need to simplify. So if I can divide it evenly, I have to do that. Well, if I do negative 4 divided by 7, you will get a decimal. So we're just going to leave that one. This is one of the numbers we're going to use. But if I do 7 divided by 7, I get 1. So this is my second number I'm going to use. At this point, we can rewrite it like we have in the past. X minus, and then use whatever is over here. Negative 4 over 7. That's going to be my first factor. My second is going to be x, and then we're using this number again, plus 1. And we're almost done. Now we slid to begin with, so we need to unslide to end. So I need to take whatever number's on the bottom and slide it out front in front of that x. So my first factor is going to be 7x minus 4. My second factor is still just x plus 1. And that is your final answer. We have 7x minus 4 times x plus 1. Again, you could rewrite that as x plus 1 and 7x minus 4. It doesn't matter what order you put those two parentheses in, as long as they look like one of those. All right, we're going to go ahead and try another one. All right, our second example, we have to factor 5x squared plus 24x minus 5. Remember, if there's a number in front of your x squared for these ones, the first thing you have to do is slide. We are going to slide the 5 all the way over to 5. When I do that, we're going to get x squared plus 24x, and we're doing negative 5 times 5, which would be negative 25. Remember, we have ax squared plus bx plus c. So when I set up my little x method part, we're going to put b on the bottom, and we're looking for something that adds to 24 because it's in the same spot as b. We're going to put c on the top. We want something that multiplies to negative 25 because that's in the same spot as c. Again, I always just start with 25. I don't worry about the negatives to begin with. To get 25, I know I can do 1 times 25, or I can do 5 times 5. Those are my only options. I'm looking for one of those that's 24 away from the other. 5 and 5 are right next to each other, so that's out. So I know my two factors are going to be 1 and 25, but I need to figure out which one's negative. Well, I want a positive 24, so I really just want to take 1 away from 25. So we're going to make 1 negative. And those are my two factors. Remember, at the very beginning, we slid 5, so you can write that there. So that means we also need to divide both of my factors by 5. When I do that, we have to simplify. Now, I can't divide 1 evenly by 5, so that one's done. 25 divided by 5 gives me 5, so this is my factor we're going to use. Again, we're going to set up for our final answers. We're doing x, and then we're just going to write in my two factors. My first one was negative 1 over 5. My second one was a positive 5. And the last part we need to do again is unslide. So you have to take that 5 and slide it back to where it began. So my final answer is going to be 5 times x minus 1 times x plus 5. Again, remember, you can rewrite it as x plus 5 times 5x minus 1. Both of these are valid answers. So these are my final answers. You can type one of those into this spot here. All right, example 3, we have 4x squared minus 16x plus 15. Again, we're going to have to start by sliding that 4, so if you want to go ahead and write that here, you can. And when I slide it to 15, we're going to multiply. So we're doing 15 times 4. I'm going to write what I'm doing down here. So we have x squared minus 16x, and when I do 15 times 4, I get 60. Remember, it's ax squared plus bx plus c, and we have to set up our little x method at this point. 16 is in the same spot as b. Remember, b goes on the bottom. We want something to add to negative 16. 60 is on the top because that's our c value. We want something to multiply to c, which is 60. So at this point, I'm going to look for my factors of 60. I know 60 is 1 times 60. I know it's 2 times 30, it's 3 times 20, it's 4 times 15, it's 5 times 12, it's 6 times 10, I don't think 7 goes in there, 8 doesn't go in, and 9 does not go in either. So now I'm looking for two of these numbers that could give me 16. Notice we have a positive on the top and a negative on the bottom. Remember, if I want to use a negative number to multiply and get a positive, I need to have two negatives. So we can go ahead and put negative signs on all these and figure out which one would give us negative 16. My first one will give me negative 61. Negative 2 minus 30 is negative 32. Negative 3 minus 20 is negative 23. Negative 4 minus 15 is negative 19. Negative 5 minus 12 is negative 17. And negative 6 minus 10 is negative 16. So my two choices, my two answers, are going to be negative 6 and negative 10. The last thing I need to do is divide by what I slid. So we have to divide by 4, divide by 4. Now here's where you have to be careful. Notice that negative 10 and negative 4, those are both even numbers. So I could divide the top by 2, I could divide the bottom by 2, and I get negative 5 over 2. You do have to simplify your fractions like that. Now, I knew I had to simplify because they both could be divided by 2, but if I type into my calculator negative 10 divided by 4, it didn't go in there evenly. So this is going to be the first of my factors I use. For my second one, we have negative 6 and 4. Again, if I divide negative 6 by 4, I get a decimal, but I can divide them both by 2. When I do that, I get negative 3 on top, and I get 2 on the bottom. Again, we're going to write our factors. We have x and x to start, and then my two factors were negative 3 over 2 and negative 5 over 2. My last step is to slide again. The 2's need to go up front. So I really have 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 5. As my final answer. Again, you could flip-flop it, 2x minus 5 times 2x minus 3. Those two are good answers. All right, last but not least, we have 6x squared minus x minus 12. We're going to go ahead and take the 6 and slide it and multiply. When I do that, I'm going to write it down below in yellow still. We have 6, or excuse me, the 6 got slid, so it's gone. We have x squared minus x minus, I don't know what 12 times 6 off the top of my head is. I should probably know that, but I don't know what that is. 72. So we are looking for something. If we do ax squared plus bx plus c, notice you have a minus x. There's a sneaky little 1 there. So that means that my b value is going to be -1. Remember, b goes on the bottom. It needs to add to -1. C goes on the top. You need to multiply to a -72. I'm going to look for my factors of 72. I know I have 1 and 72. I know I have 2 and 36. I don't think 3 goes into 72. Oh, it does. I have 3 and 24. I have 4 and 18. 5 doesn't work. 6 will be, oh, it's 12 because that's literally what we did to start. 72, 7 doesn't work. 8 gives me 8 times 9. Those are my factors of 72. Again, we originally had a -72, so I know that one of my numbers is going to be negative, and I want them to be 1 apart. Well, I know 1 and 72 aren't 1 apart, 2 and 36 aren't, 3 and 24, 4 and 18, 6 and 12, but 8 and 9 are. So I know my two factors are going to be 8 and 9. One needs to be positive and one needs to be negative. Because I have a -1, I know if I do 8 minus 9, that'll give me -1. So 9 has to be negative. Now I'm almost done, but I need to divide by what I slid. I slid a 6, so we're going to divide by 6, divide by 6. For the first one, let's do -9 over 6. I can't divide that evenly, but I can divide both of those numbers by 3. And when I do that, I get -3 over 2. So this is going to be the first number I use. For my second one, 8 divided by 6 doesn't work, but I can divide both of those by 2. When I do that, I get 4 over 3, and this is going to be the second number I use. Sorry, I didn't write it, but we did slide and divide 6. So that means my two factors are x plus 4 over 3, because that's my first factor here, and x minus 3 over 2, my second factor. Again, we need to unslide at the end, so we're going to slide 3 to the front, we're going to slide 2 to the front, and we have 3x plus 4 times 2x minus 3. Again, you could rewrite it 2x minus 3, and then 3x plus 4. Both of those are good answers. Those are your final answers. They could go here if you want to type them in. All right, thank you for watching. Please try your activity and then move on to your homework.